Hey everyone, Andrew back for another Barista Basics video. I hope that you guys are doing well. As we can tell from today's title, I am going to be I'm finally going to be making butter coffee and tasting it. Obviously, of course, I mentioned the fact that I wanted to do this in the butter coffee video, which was 2 weeks ago, and I finally have gotten around to snatching some coconut oil. So, let's just go ahead and do it. No further explanation needed. I'm actually doing something that I said I was going to do, which is a great change of pace. But yeah, so like I said in that video, making bulletproof or butter coffee is very simple. All you need is a cup of joe. I have a nice cup of hot coffee, freshly brewed here. And then I have 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. And then I have 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. And that's it. Very simple. So, let's go ahead and just jump right into it. I have my coffee here. Let's first add our butter. It's also gotten a little soft since it's a little hot outside, in case you can't tell. But let's go ahead and pop them in. I knew that was going to happen. I should have brought a napkin. Oh well. So, our butter's in there. Oh Lord. I'm not entirely sure how this is gonna taste. To be honest, I'm a little wary, as I kind of mentioned in, the butter coffee video. I don't really know how this is gonna taste. I, for one, like my coffee super, super sweet and super, creamy. Like I like to add a lot of milk and stuff. So we will see how this turns out. I'm not going to have any prejudice. I just am a little wary is all. So I'm letting this butter. Thankfully it was a little soft because it's taking a little bit to melt. We have some good progress. Wow, maybe I shouldn't have. There we go. You can see it in my shadow right there. Oh. I mean, it doesn't smell that bad. I swear to God, if this tastes good, I am going to be shocked, to be honest. Pleasantly surprised at that. So I'm just agitating this, obviously, to help incorporate the butter. Maybe, I think it probably would be smarter if you were to try to make this at home to, maybe put your butter in the microwave for, 5-10 seconds just to soften it up a little bit so you don't have to vigorously stir it, as I am doing. But you know what? We're making great progress, even smaller now. So once this fully dissolves into the coffee, I'm going to go ahead and add our coconut oil, which is also starting to melt out here. Man, you know what? I should have added the coconut oil first, because the heat out here would help have, melted the butter further, so it'd be easier to incorporate. But look, we've already committed, right? So we just gotta go with it. Butter is just about done. Let's go ahead and add in our tablespoon of coconut oil. This is, like, virgin coconut oil, I guess. That's what it said on the package. I guess that means it's not really, like, super processed or anything, which I think kind of suits the theme of this, like, really, more health-focused, coffee beverage. So I decided going for that would be a good idea. I'm mashing our coconut oil, well, trying to anyways. How does it smell now? I mean, honestly, it really does not smell that bad. I'm like pleasantly surprised with the smell. I thought it was gonna smell like really, you know what, to be honest with you, I wasn't entirely sure how I thought it was gonna smell, but I didn't think it was gonna smell very good. But it certainly does not smell bad. Okay, so our butter has fully dissolved. Our coconut oil is following suit. There's just like one semi-big chunk left in there, so I'm just, be careful, Andrew. I'm just gonna agitate it again. Also, this is a nice little throwback to my Dalgona coffee video. That was the first video I have, the first and only video besides this one, where I actually make something. So you know, that's pretty exciting. We are back in, we're back in the kitchen. The outdoors are my kitchen, clearly. Also, sorry for the sniffles. Every time I film outside, my nose always decides to, like, act crazy. And it's only ever when I decide to film a video, too. Like, if I'm just walking around outside, my body's like, cool. But as soon as I turn the camera on, it's like, let's go ahead and have him sniffle like a fool. Okay. Perfect. So everything is fully dissolved. Let me go ahead and show you what... I guess I'll bring my phone here. Go ahead and show you what it looks like. Well, actually, you know what? I'll go like this and then swirl it a little bit so you can kind of see how it kind of mixes, and then you can see how everything kind of still separates from each other. You know, obviously because like the fats and the coconut oil and the butter are, you know, they're separating, of course. So let's go ahead and give it a try. I'm a little bit nervous, to be honest with you, but it does smell pretty good, so. Yeah, kind of as I suspected, it's not the best. For me personally, anyways. It's obviously not very sweet. I didn't add any sugar or anything. It is pretty creamy, which is also not a surprise due to the butter. So that aspect I do like, but yeah, like I said, I'm kind of a sweeten my coffee until it doesn't taste like coffee anymore kind of guy. So, you know, this is definitely, I mean, it's bearable, of course, but would I go out of my way to make this in the morning? Not necessarily. Would I have it, you know, replace my meal in the morning, breakfast? Certainly not. Again, I don't really think that that's necessarily healthy to replace, you know, a meal with something like this. But, you know, maybe having a nice healthy breakfast and supplementing it with some, you know, butter coffee might be, I think that'd be more beneficial for your health. It's very interesting. I know my face is kind of very telling, but it really is not that bad. I'd recommend at least making it and trying it. You know, you might, especially if you're a kind of person who doesn't really like their coffee super sweet, but likes it pretty creamy, I feel like this would be perfect for you. The fat is kind of creating like a nice, I don't know if film's the right word, kind of like a layer, you know, like on my tongue, sort of on the inside of my mouth, which is a unique feeling that is actually pretty pleasant. I do enjoy that aspect. But again, the taste for me without sugar is not really, it's not for me. But I recommend that you try it, and if you do, let me know what you think of it. Because I am quite curious to see what other people would think of this concoction. And I'm still taking sips. See, that's the peculiar thing. Okay, enough of that. So that's it. That is how you make butter coffee, or bulletproof coffee, whatever. I hope that you guys are having a good day. I hope that you are staying safe and sane, healthy, entertained, and motivated. If you're protesting, I hope that you are staying extra, super duper safe. Always be sure to have an emergency contact or two, you know, in case something happens. Also be sure to try to stay in a somewhat crowded area. You don't necessarily want to be, you know, you don't want to isolate yourself. You know what I mean? You don't want to be alone, like where nobody has visual of you, a stranger or a friend or otherwise. Yeah, that's about it. Again, I thank you guys so much for checking the video out if you did. I really encourage you to try this, you know. Just make it once. It's very simple, relatively cheap. You know, the coconut oil might be a little bit pricey, but, you know, you can use coconut oil for other really beneficial things. So I think it would still be worth it to at least try it. And if you do, please let me know. But until next week, I hope you guys stay well, and I'll see you then. Take care.